Kofi Jones.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Your Honor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Your Honor episode 3. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to go over all the key points as quickly as possible. Now if I miss anything, you guys let me know. And once again, Your Honor delivers another great episode. The build-up is getting crazy because I'm telling you right now, Adam is about to mess everything up. And in this episode, he was making a whole lot of mistakes. I'm like, you might as well just turn yourself in if you're going to do all this. So let's begin the recap. Of course, Michael was able to have this brilliant idea of course, befriending the gas station owner. And he's doing this because he wants to get this footage of his son at the gas station. Now, I know a lot of my subs was asking me last week, what's going to happen with that footage of Michael's son, Adam, at the gas station? Well, he handled it. He went in, he made a sob story to the gas station owner, and of course, he was able to delete the footage, and it was perfect. Michael was doing a whole lot to protect his son, but the sad thing is this, Adam is messing everything up. It's like Michael tries to clean up and then Adam makes a bigger mess time and time again. And speaking about messes, once again, Adam is doing something stupid. Just like a criminal, why would you go back to the scene of the crime? I mean, he's out at the scene of the crime at night taking pictures. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, do you want to go to jail or what? And we see that same similar black suburban SUV. We seen it at, in episode 1. It was following Adam, and now once again we see it when Adam was outside. Now Kofi, on the other hand, he's living a life behind bars, and it ain't looking too good for him. His cellmate is making entirely too much noise. Of course, something is wrong with the dude, and of course, Kofi has to go down there and hit him because his fellow inmates is telling him to, because the dude was making so much noise. I'm like, please hit him, because I am not trying to hear a grown man holler. It's very irritating. It's just something that I do not want to hear. Now, we get to Lee, and Lee will be defending Kofi. She wants to make sure he gets out at all costs because of who? Michael. Now, she's trying to pretty much prove that the police did entirely too much. Police brutality, too much force. This can hit the headlines. She can present this, and hopefully the DA, they can just drop the case. But of course, Kofi is saying, like, look, I'm not going back on my plea. I'm not going to do this. And she's pretty much telling him, well, you may not have to. So she's going to definitely try to push that agenda. Now we meet Carlo Baxter, and we know he's locked up because apparently he almost killed a man. And one of these people that he almost killed was associated with the Desire crew, and they're pretty much paralyzed. Now, the thing is this, Gina, Jimmy, they want to get him out. They want him to attend his brother's funeral. And of course, Gina has to pretty much say, look, we're willing to pay you whatever, as long as you let our son out for this funeral. He's supposed to be getting out in 2 weeks anyway, but they're still not trying to hear it. But the warden, of course, eventually does let him out. Now we get to your boy, Lil Mo, and Lil Mo is pretty much talking to Rudy, telling him, look, Kofi is not going to snitch. Kofi is a strong soldier. He's good. They hear about him getting a lawyer, but we know she's working for free, so it's no big deal. But Rudy, on the other hand, is like, look, we better make sure he doesn't say anything, because if he does, this is going to come back on Charlie, and then it's going to come back on who? Michael. So Kofi changing anything up is going to mess up the whole game plan. And funny scene right here, because of course Adam was in the elevator with these two guys, and they're talking about what they did as far as criminal charges. And then Adam says, look, I'm in here for murder. You know what I'm saying? Because they asked him. They're laughing at him like it's a joke, but we know the truth. It's the truth. And man, people are not going to believe this kid did this, but eventually this kid, I'm telling you, based off his mistakes alone in this episode, he's not going to even have to confess. He's going to pretty much confess by his actions alone, going to prisons, taking pictures, doing entirely too much. Now, Charlie, of course, is pissed off. I would too, because Charlie wanted to help out his best friend, Michael, but he did not know that this case this car was associated with a murder. So now Charlie is tripping out. He's like, look, you're going to mess my career up. I'm running for mayor. And then you go and you get Lee to help defend Kofi. What are you thinking? He tells Michael, I hope you're smashing. I hope you clapping those cheeks, because if you're not, it's going to be a problem. You have to keep her in line. And I'm telling you right now, I feel Charlie. I'll be upset trying to help out a best friend and you end up getting involved in something like this. Straight crazy, right? Now, your boy Michael, he goes and he sees Adam's teacher, Franny. And it seems like Franny, she's been here since the passing of Adam's mother, and she's been there. And of course, Michael asked her, does Adam have a girlfriend? And she, of course, is not going to tell him that. He's just trying to learn more about his son and what he's going through. It's funny because we already know that Adam is clapping Franny's cheeks. It's crazy. And then we get the return of Nancy. She's back. She's investigating. She's getting fingerprints. She's getting witness statements and stuff like this. And your boy Michael was like, man, like, why is she always popping up? You know what I'm saying? Why? The crazy part is this. While they're all sitting here, Michael, of course, is trying to clean up any lies, but it seems like Adam is not on the same track. He's talking about, look, I lied. I'm sorry. And the lie is that he was driving his mom's car in the past. He pretty much said that he was underage. He was just afraid about what was going to happen. Adam is messing up. Now, of course, Nancy doesn't really think too much about it at all and pretty much just brushes it off. Now we get back to your boy Jimmy. Now, Jimmy, he's talking to Frankie. And of course, Frankie's like, look, this is a retaliation. The Desire crew are pretty much coming back at us because of what Carlo did to them back in the day. This is why he's locked up. So, you know, Jimmy's like, man, that was years ago. There's no way they're coming back this long and trying to get back at us. Of course, Gina's like, well, I tell you what, we got to make sure we have a huge hit. The next time, which is going to be the only time, we're going to make sure they know who we are. Now we get to the funeral. And of course, Michael, he's there, he's watching because, you know, he wants to make sure nothing happens. And this was a smart tactic of him because if he's not watching, things can happen out of his control. And then he sees Carlo Baxter and he already knows. When Michael sees him, he knows like, okay, this is going to be a problem. Now, of course, Gina, she is very, very, very dramatic. Very dramatic. Very disrespectful to the officers out there. And of course, she's able to get a hug, but she's telling him something at the same time. Now, Michael puts two and two together. He's like, oh man, they're going to transfer him to the facility that Kofi is at because he's on a long commute. And 9 times out of 10, he will be transferred there first before he goes back to his home facility. So now Michael has to make some calls. He has to make sure that Kofi is in a safe place because he does not want Kofi being killed off and a hit being sent to him. The Baxter family has a whole lot of power inside prison and outside prison. And of course, everybody knows this. So that's why Michael did what he had to do. And yes, your boy Carlo Baxter is coming and he makes a scene. And everybody's talking about him. As soon as he enters, everybody is saying, oh, that's Carlo Baxter. And Kofi's already tripping out. He's like, man, something's about to happen. What am I going to do? Eventually, I'm going to have to approach this guy, and it's not going to be good. If I'm Kofi, I'd be in there tripping out like, man, it's pretty much over for me. And it almost was. They sent Kofi downstairs to a safe place, and of course, he's about to be killed off. But the CEO comes in there and saves him before it happens. These two inmates were trying to act like they was just doing their job, but we know deep down inside, they were trying to take him out. Now, of course, Michael takes the advice of Charlie, and that is to push the attack on Lee. He has to hook up with her, get close to her, because eventually she's going to find out the truth, and Michael is going to have to be the one to keep her in her place. Now we get to your boy Adam, and now he makes another decision, and this decision is, of course, to tell Franny the truth. He's tired of lying. He's tired of all of it. He's going through a whole lot of pressure in this episode. He tells her the complete truth on what happened. Franny is not even trying to hear it. She's like, look, you can't be telling me this. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to be involved or a part of this at all. But she did say she's here to be there for Adam, of course. This dude definitely has some mental issues. Adam is not all the way right in the head. It's quite obvious just based off a lot of his actions throughout this whole series so far. The dude is doing off the wall stuff. Now, of course, Kofi, he talks to his inmate and he's like, man, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. His inmate is telling him, look, the Baxter juice is the juice you don't want to mess with. Inside, outside, law enforcement. I mean, these guys have a whole lot of power, and it's only so much that you can do. And the Desire crew, they cannot touch these guys. So you're going to have to figure out something. And because this is what Kofi is trying to do. He's trying to figure out how can he approach this? How can he stop this? And I believe that Kofi did the right thing. And that was to approach the problem before the problem approaches him. So he decides to say, you know what? Let me go down here and let me have a conversation with Carlo myself instead of getting shanked or, snuck by somebody. And he goes in and he tells him, look, I'm Kofi. This is me. And we already know what the truth is. Kofi didn't do this, but Carlo doesn't know this. Carlo believes that this guy killed his brother. So I believe what's going to happen in this conversation is this. Kofi is going to tell him, look, man, I didn't do this. I'm taking the rap for something I didn't do. This would be the only reason that he would go down there and have a conversation with Carlo. Why go down there and say, look, I'm sorry I killed your brother? You know what I'm saying? Why even do that? If I'm going to go down there, I'm going to tell him, look, bruh, I didn't do this. I had nothing to do with killing your brother. I had a job, and that was to take a car and take it to a chop shop. That's it. I had nothing to do with his death. I'm sorry. So be it. And eventually the truth will come out. This episode is just building up to the outcome. And I'm telling you right now, hell, if Adam wasn't going to turn himself in, I just don't understand why he's doing some of the stuff that he's doing. I mean, he might as well have just turned himself in after the fact, after this happened, because he's doing things that's making people's lives hard. I mean, your father, Michael, was doing all this stuff to protect you, to stop the family from getting hurt, because he knows deep down inside, if Adam tells the truth, he's going to die. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going to be pretty. He knows that the Baxter family does not care and they will come for him. This is why he's trying to protect his son. But all these mistakes that Adam is making is going to cost him. He's telling Franny, he's popping up at the prison taking pictures. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And why are you going back to a crime scene taking pictures? I mean, I know you love photography, but still, you're making entirely too many mistakes. If you want to do this, go ahead, go to the police station and turn yourself in. I'm eager to see what's going to happen next. Of course, we know Nancy is going to find out even more evidence, as well as Lee. And that's something that Michael is trying to prepare himself for, because eventually she will get close and she will find out the truth. And she's going to know why Michael did what he did. So we're going to see if she'll ride or die or not, or if she's by the law. But you guys let me know what you thought about episode 3. Like I said, if I missed anything, let me know down below. We're going to continue to get ready for episode 4. I can't wait. Your Honor is definitely a great show. And like I said, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to try my best to keep you updated on all new content, any new news that comes out about the show, and may start doing some storyline breakdowns for you guys. But thank you once again for all the support and all the love. But it's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.